What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build using the new Dream Home Decorator game pack. So this will be my last kind of speed build specifically using this pack. Obviously I'm going to use these items in a plethora of other builds, but this will be the last build where I focus mainly on those objects. So from now on, it'll just be, regular schmegular speed builds with whatever furniture I feel like using that day or whatever style of furniture I need to use for whatever style of house I'm trying to build. But this is going to be a very contemporary home, as you can probably tell by the title. This is another build that I got off of that I got the floor plan off of the Architectural Designs website. I keep forgetting to link that website below if you guys want to go look at some floor plans on there. So I'll try to remember to do that for this video. But on that website, it describes this floor plan as a ranch style home, a modern ranch style home to be more specific. I don't really see it as that. That particular website kind of clumps a lot of different types of homes together. There's a style on there called New American, and then there's also farmhouse, like a farmhouse style on there too. And a lot of the ones that are in farmhouse are in that New American style as well. So it's like, I don't know how they determine what like floor plans go in which style, but a lot of them overlap. So I don't really see this as a ranch style home because it wasn't in that section. It was in the contemporary section. Sorry if you hear a little bit of noise. My cat just knocked off a paper plate that I ate on this morning. And Daisy's puppies are downstairs crying because I have them locked in the room at the moment. Mainly because if I have the door open, they'll be roaming all around the house while I'm upstairs in the loft doing this, and I won't be able to keep an eye on them. I know I'm not keeping an eye on them while they're in the room, but eventually they'll just go and lay down by themselves. I don't know if you can hear him at all, but if it continues any longer, I might have to go and shut him up because it's kind of getting on my nerves, and I hope you can't hear it. But yeah, and I don't want them peeing everywhere because every time they walk, they piss, and it's just sorry to say it so harshly, but it's so nasty, and I'm tired of cleaning it up. But yeah, the shell of this build at this point is pretty much complete. You can see I use some debug cars, so those aren't functional cars. Obviously, they're from the debug menu. And I'm just doing the landscaping, really simple landscaping. Sorry if you don't have the romantic garden stuff pack because I am using those like kind of like white nettle looking plants are from that. The ones I'm placing now actually are from that pack. So if you don't have that pack, those will disappear. But you can use the daisies that come with Eco Lifestyle if you have Eco Lifestyle. And I think there's some daisies that come in base game. So you can kind of just replace those if you don't have that romantic garden stuff pack. Yeah, so we're going to be working on landscaping for a few more seconds here. But yeah, I do have a storyline for this family, as I tend to usually come up with storylines. I just kind of have like individual storylines. I don't have like an overarching like, I don't know, like an overarching like issue that's gonna be going on with this family or like deeper storyline. It's just like very base. Ooh, excuse me, had to burp. Of course, it's just very base information about each individual sim that's living here. This is a 5 sim family home. You can fit 5 sims in here. You could probably make it an 8 sim home depending on how many beds you put in each room and how you lay it out. Because the parents' room, within itself, is that very back room. If you remember me laying it out at the beginning, it's very large, and it could be split up into 2 rooms. There's also going to be like a wet room / laundry room / half bathroom that could be made into a really small, but a small bedroom as well. And I'll tell you where that is when we get to it. It's right off of the carport. Yeah, the puppies are being loud. I hope you can't hear them, but I'm gonna go shut them up. You won't even know I'm gone because the voiceover is just gonna continue when I get back. But yeah, I gotta go shut them up. Okay, I'm back. That was probably really weird because I literally said I'm back right after I said I'm gone. But they should be quiet now. They wanted their mom, and now the mom, Daisy, is probably gonna bother me by scratching on the door to get out because I locked her in there. But anyway, um, she'll only do it periodically. But now I'm just placing windows around. Sorry if I'm out of breath. If you heard me earlier mention that I'm in the loft, the loft is obviously upstairs. So I was running down and then back up the stairs to come continue the voiceover. So I'm a little out of breath now. So sorry if this voiceover is a little bit all over the place. And sorry if you could hear the puppies earlier. But anyway, so I'm trying something new with the flooring. I think that flooring came with City Living. And if you use the greater than and less than signs, I don't know what they're actually called on the keyboard, but you can flip your flooring around different directions if you didn't know that already. So I just kind of flipped these back and forth and made this kind of like nice contemporary pattern. I did it throughout the entire house besides in the bathrooms. So you only saw me do it in the living room. Now I'm just trying to figure out these archways because one of them is right off of the front door and one's off of the back door. And I wanted the one that was off of the front door to be bigger because it brings you into like the proper house. But it just wasn't working with the layout of the kitchen that I was going for. So I just went with two small or one tile archways. The kitchen is really small. The floor plan is open but also closed at the same time. So like that entranceway is or yeah, the entranceway is closed off. All the bedrooms obviously are closed off. But the kitchen, dining, and living space are all in this one big room here. So that was the kitchen. It literally just has a 3-chair ottoman space and then the one large cabinet, and then two counters, one with the stove on it and one with the uh, oven in it. But your Sims can cook on the bar pieces, like they can prepare food on the bar top. So there's plenty of room in that kitchen to do things. And I didn't clutter up the kitchen. So if you've watched any amount of my speed builds lately, I always say like I clutter the kitchen last. But in this build actually I don't clutter the kitchen at all. Mainly because the mom for this build, I imagine, is very anal about stuff like that. She's very organized. She likes things to have their place and always be in their place. So, but we'll talk about her a little bit more later. Once we get to their bedrooms, I'll get deeper into each individual Sim storyline. So, yeah, this is the living room area. Kind of small, but I really like when I got done with this whole area. So, the kitchen, the living room, and dining room, I stopped building for the night and I was like, y'all, or not y'all, but I was talking to myself, I guess y'all being the people in my head. I was just saying to myself, like, bro, I would really, really love a house like this. Like, I'm a very colorful, I mean, I am gay, but I don't mean it like that. I am a very colorful and creative person. Um, and I didn't think I would like, this very black, white, gray, beige, dark wood like color scheme, but I really, really enjoy it. I would not mind because since I got this on the architectural designs website, I could literally buy this floor plan, have someone build it, and then buy furniture that looks exactly like this and literally have a house like this. Like I literally would do that because I really, really enjoyed this build. Like whenever I put all of the footage into Premiere Pro to edit it, there was 3 hours of footage, like 3 hours and 2 minutes of footage. And I was like, what? I didn't even realize it had taken that long. It felt like it, flew by. It felt like I did it really quickly because I had fun doing it because I really enjoyed this build. So I kind of made like a makeshift hutch over here, kind of like I did in the last build. So it's kind of like kind of like a bar. It's not functional, but I kind of made it look like it could be a bar. So I put some wine bottles up there, quote unquote, because in The Sims it's not really wine. And then I put some serving trays, some lemons that you could like garnish your drinks with, put some plates up there, a plant up there, and then some cookbooks. So just like a little makeshift hutch. If you don't know what a hutch is, I'm sure you do know what a hutch is, but you may not know the proper name for it because I only just recently learned the proper name for a hutch. I can be completely honest about that, but it's just something that goes in a dining space or a kitchen space that holds like your fine china or just your plates in general, stuff like that. But this is the entranceway hall. I was gonna leave this out of the footage, but there's something that I'm gonna do in the hall in the next hallway that I just felt like the video would flow better if I left this hallway in here going into this next hallway. Otherwise, it would just been like doing all this stuff in the living room kitchen area and then boom, just jumping to the middle of the hallway. So I made this first bedroom. This is what I did. This is what I'm talking about. I made this first bedroom one tile smaller, and then I made this kind of built-in like study nook. I did this last minute because I was looking at the floor plan as I was building it, just so I could kind of have a frame of reference of like where things were placed within the floor plan, like the beds and the couches and stuff, and the kitchen counters and stuff like that. And I noticed they had a study nook right here. So what I did is I used the kitchen islands, and I think these chairs are from City Living or Get Famous, one or the other. And yeah, I really like it. I think the mom hates how cluttered it is. Like that laptop probably belongs to one of the sons. There's two sons that are gonna live in this house, and that's his backpack on the floor, and all of his stuff sits up there. He's probably more of the rebel child, because like I said, the mom's very anal. She likes things to be clean, likes things to be put up in their space, and yeah, they use that area to study and whatnot and to do homework, but put your stuff up when you're done. And he just doesn't. So that's his clutter laying around. And this is a very, very long hallway, but I kind of did my best to make it look full. What ends up giving it the final touch of it not looking so bare is I used the rug from, I'm finding it now, from Vampires in this black and gray swatch, and just put it all the way down the hall. And the Vampires pack is very Victorian, very classic like type furniture, but I didn't mind that rug in there at all. I actually really like it. But now we're into the parents' room. So this is the master bedroom. It's so large because they will have a walk-in closet, because again, this is a build that's going to be focused around, or that is focused around Dream Home Decorator. So I made sure to put a walk-in closet. Sorry if you heard the cat. He's meowing at the dog because they're playing right now, and I just don't have time for it. Sorry for all the apologies in this video. Sorry for saying sorry again. It's just the life you live when you have, or it's the stuff you have to deal with when you have 3 pets and then one of them has 5 puppies, and then yeah, and you're home alone all day with them doing nothing, and they get bored, and it's just a lot. But this is me starting on their walk-in closet. I really, really, really like what I did here. So this divider is from Vintage Glamour. I decked their room out with Vintage Glamour stuff. Not for any particular reason. I don't think they're crazy rich, but the mom has, her very specific tastes. And I put the divider in that wall, and I just think it looked great because we can't put walls on half tiles, and I wanted the wall separating the closet from the room to be a little bit wider, but I couldn't. Otherwise, it would be not balanced from one side or the other. So I put the divider in there to kind of make up for that. And now I'm just kind of trying to configure some sort of closet out of this space. And I end up really liking how it comes out. I use all of the clutter from the new pack. Vintage Glamour mirrors, had to bring those in because I'm using a lot of Vintage Glamour. That chair is from Nifty Knitting, and it came in a white swatch with a black pillow, so that's why I went with that one. But yeah, that light's from Dine Out. I wanted a really nice chandelier, but the wall height is on medium wall height, so I had to find something that kind of hung kind of low, wink wink, so you could actually see it. Otherwise, it would be so far up on the ceiling that it wouldn't even matter. If you didn't realize, I don't know if I did it on camera, but all of the bedrooms and the hallway that's off of the bedrooms, all of that is on a too high, not a too high as in it's too high, but a too high as in TWO high platform. So there's some stairs off of that hallway that has the study nook. There's, when you turn the corner to come to the bedrooms, there's small staircase right there that leads up to the platform that leads to the hallway in these bedrooms. So yeah, and I really like that. I think that was in the floor plan as well. So not an original idea, but I did like it, so I implemented it into this build. So this is the teens room. Oh, one thing I forgot to say about the parents. It's a mom and a dad. I imagine the mom is of Asian descent and the dad is black. Yeah, so they would have some really pretty kids. Really pretty kids. And I kind of want to make this family just to see what they would look like. But this is the teens room. The teen is a girl, I imagine. Everything in here stays the same, except I changed the bed to the white swatch. And then the rug that I go with, it's the same exact rug that I use in yesterday's parents' room in that speed build. It's like the laundry day rugs that they're like 3 rugs stacked on top of each other from laundry day. And I went with the one that was like really bright, but I toned it down to the ones that look washed out. Just because in my screenshots, I always do an aerial shot of the house, because so you can see the actual floor plan and how it flows together. And this room really, really stood out from the rest, and it just stood out like a sore thumb. It's like the first thing your eye went to. So I just kind of toned down the colors of her room and made it a little bit more muted, so that it would kind of look cohesive with the house. I know that doesn't really matter because in real life, a teen's room would be a lot different from how the parents decorated the rest of the house, because the teen can, decorate however they want to decorate their room, unless they just have really strict parents. But I don't imagine the mom being that strict. So yeah, I don't really have a specific storyline for that teen. I've said this before, but normally how I come up with storylines, I never go into a build with a storyline. Sometimes I do, but it's very rare. Most of the time I just know like how many Sims I'm going to build for, and as I'm furnishing their rooms, I'll like pull out an object. Let's say I'm going through the menu and I see a guitar, then I'll pull out the guitar and I'll say, oh, okay, they can be a musician. Or I'll pull out a telescope and I'll say, oh, they're into astrology. So in furnishing the teens room, I didn't really pull out an object that made me think of anything. Same for the kids room. So this is the kids room. 2 boys, which is why there's bunk beds. So I give them a very blue and light wood tone color scheme in here. And you would think like this room wouldn't look right next to the colors of the rest of the house in the aerial shot, but it really doesn't. It really works out fine, and you'll see if you stick around for the screenshots. It's the very last screenshot of every speed build I do, the aerial shot. This room actually really blends, even though all the wood tones in this room are completely different from everywhere else. But because the colors in that room are so muted, it just works, because this is a very monochromatic color scheme. If you don't know what monochromatic means, it's like monochrome, black, white, gray, grayscale, you could say. And this is the hall bath. So this would be considered, I guess, the kids' bathroom, because it's in between their 2 rooms. excuse me, I wanted to give them a shower tub combo, but I also really wanted them to have a window, because I just feel like it makes sense for them to have a window in the bathroom. I mean, realistically, in real life, there are bathrooms that don't have windows in them, but I just wanted that natural light coming through. So I just gave them the little university shower and put the snowy escape divider. This is the like mud room off of the carport, or garage, or whatever you want to call it. It's not really a full on garage. That's why I said carport. And there's laundry in there, so this build does have laundry. And there's a half bath, which is kind of weird, but I mean, no one would be in there using the bathroom while someone was doing laundry. It's more so the guest bathroom, because the only other bathroom you'd have to walk through the entire house to get to it. Um, and then this is the backyard. So you saw me put the snowy escape, or one of the snowy escape picnic tables, a grill, the snowy escape like plant clutter. The reason I use that one is because, I mean, the mom in this house is of Asian descent, and snowy escape is a Asian inspired pack. And also those that particular plant item is a really good way to put a lot of plants in one area and really clutter it up, using one object. Other than that, I just put a fire pit with a couch, and then this for the kids. And then I'm going to go around and do some terrain painting, get the mailbox in and the trash cans, some outside lighting, but you won't actually see me do that on screen, but there are some. I used the like flat ones that go on the pavement. But other than that, the screenshots are about to start rolling. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll always respond to your comments. And please hit the notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it. And I will see you all then. Oh, and by the way, I put down some bedroom clutter in the kids' room, and if it stops them from getting in the bed or getting in the top bunk, just delete it. If you didn't get this far in the video to even hear that, well, then you'll just have to figure it out when you get to download the build. But you won't know that until you download it, because you still won't hear this message because it's at the end of the video. But oh, whatever. Bye guys.